Welcome to our podcast where we explore innovative financial strategies for students. So today, we're discussing a unique approach to funding your business as a student. So here today we have Mr. Edwin, and he's a student from the University of Boyer. And today he's going to be asking us a question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian, for having me on this podcast. I really appreciate it. The first question I'm going to ask you is, how can I raise capital for my business as a student in Boyer?
As a student, you pay rent?
Yes.
How much is your rent a month?
My rent a month is 40,000 francs.
And how much is that for a year?
In a year, it should be 400,000 francs.
And in Boyer, they pay rent yearly, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Then that is the first capital of your business. You just told me the first capital for your business.
How is that possible? Can you give me a detailed analysis on how I can use my rent, which is 400,000 a year, to pave the way for my business?
That's interesting, Mr. Edwin. Good question. The first and only strategy I will give you is don't pay your rent. Okay? Don't pay your rent. Your downfall starts when you start paying your rent. Don't pay your rent. Now you pay your rent 40,000 a month, yeah? Times 10 months. Okay? How much is that? 400k. 400k, right?
Yeah.
It's 400,000, right?
Yes.
Now, in Cameroon, we have many financial institutions for students. And the most popular you may know about it is the credit union. I'll identify it as the CU. Okay? So when you have the CU account, you can use the CU account to get loans if you have been with the CU for 1 month plus. Yeah? 1 month plus. So if you have been with the CU for 1 month plus, they can give you rent. They can give you a loan. Okay? And when they're giving you a loan, you don't need to pay collateral because it's just 400,000 francs. So the credit unions will not ask you for collateral because they trust you as their customer because you have an account with them. So what happens is, when it's time to pay your rent, when your parents give you the 400,000 francs, don't pay your rent, okay? Take this money and do a deposit into your CU account, okay? When you do your deposit into your CU account, you are eligible to get a loan 2 times the amount you deposited, 2 times the deposit, okay? Now, means you can get a loan up to like 800,000 francs a month. But now what happens is you don't need to get that money. You can get 400,000 francs from the credit union. So what happens? You have a loan of how much? 400,000 francs. So you have the 400k plus the initial money you kept in the account, which is your money you can withdraw and use, plus 400k. How much is that? So you have 800,000 altogether. So you use this 400,000 francs from the CU to pay your rent. When you use this money to pay your rent, what happens is the credit union is going to ask you, hey, because you got a loan from us, if you want to pay us monthly, you give us a profit percentage of 6%, for example, okay? So if they tell you 6% of 400,000, how much is that? 12, that's 24,000, okay? So that's 24,000 on the initial amount. So how much you have to pay? The total of this money is 424,000 francs, okay? But now the 24,000 francs is not that much because you already have your initial 400,000 francs for capital. Now what happens is you use this money and you pay the bank monthly. It's like you paying your rent monthly. So the bank can say, okay, instead of paying 400,000 francs for your rent, you pay the credit union 35,000 francs a month. So you can use the capital from your business, start a business, and you'll be eligible to easily pay the credit union 35,000 francs a month. That is how you raise 800,000 francs in total. 400,000 for your rent, where you pay this money to the credit union monthly. That saves you extra 400,000 as capital for your business as a student.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian. I really appreciate and understand your analysis. And I think in the days ahead, I'm going to try it out and see how it works. Thank you.
Great. Get your credit union accounts as students. You need to get your credit union accounts to build that value now.